Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And joining me, as always, are my co-hosts from the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks podcast, Rebellious D and Trav. How you fellas doing today?
Chilling.
Gunning them down, baby.
Gunning them down. I like
Gunning
that.
them down.
Hey,
Penelope style.
that's what I was about to say. It's just like, hey, if you sitting here using them guns, then let's get into today's review, and it is on Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, and we're doing that review today. But before we get into it, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.
Podcast in the description. Check us out. Like, follow, subscribe to the channel.
Nice. So let's go ahead and get into this. Now, Trav, he recommended this because, I'll say Trav, he stays up to date with all of the anime movies that are coming out. Some more of the ones that aren't mainstream, I'll say that, because it's like, I didn't even know that this movie was coming out on Netflix.
That's why I said this is pretty mainstream, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, when I mean mainstream, like Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia,
I what's hot at the moment.
Yeah, because it's like, honestly, I didn't see any advertising for this movie at all. And when you're on Facebook I'll say Facebook because I'm not really on Twitter or Instagram as much. When they're pushing like one of the mainstream movies.
Yeah.
And of course, this is a movie that was on Netflix. It did come out in theaters in Japan. It is the sequel to Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack, and that movie came out 33 years ago. So when I first watched this movie, I was just like, yo, is this the same Hathaway that was in Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack? And it was. And, I was excited about that because that's a really, really good movie. And I believe that movie just celebrated, it is 33 years old, but
I was going to say 33 years, yeah.
Yeah, but last year, before the pandemic had started, they were celebrating their 32nd anniversary for that movie, and it was showing in theaters. Me and my friend James Brown, and yes, that's his name. We went to go see it in theaters, and it still holds up. The animation, the story, it's an amazing movie. If you have not seen Char's Counterattack, go and watch it. But I will say, I would recommend watching Mobile Suit Gundam before you do watch Char's Counterattack.
I will say that they got all the stuff that features Char and Amuro up on Netflix right now. So
they went
just do it, dude. Yeah, just go ahead and watch.
Not everything in the UC, but they got like the kind of the important stuff.
Yeah, the big stuff.
But they didn't grab NT for whatever reason. They didn't grab NT.
No. Yeah, but like I said, Char's Counterattack, it still holds up. It's still a good movie. And when I saw that this film was a sequel to that, and in the movie universe, it takes place 12 years after Char's Counterattack, and the main character is Hathaway Noah, who was in Char's Counterattack, who ended up killing Amuro's girlfriend in the movie, but his girlfriend Quest, who he had feelings for, but Quest, she had feelings for Char. She ends up getting killed because she's going insane and stuff. I know spoilers and whatnot, and he is being held as a hero because instead of them saying that that she was killed by this person, he was the person that ended up saving her. Now I can't remember or not, and maybe you guys might know this, but does Hathaway ever reveal to Amuro? No, because Amuro dies there on the battlefield. So but
he finally, at the end of the movie, comes out and takes on his evil counterpart, or evil, quote unquote, as he's going full Darth Vader. He's going full Darth Vader.
He seems a little more confused than Anakin. You know what I'm saying? Anakin, he saw them kids.
But he knew what to do.
Yeah, he knew what to do. Hathaway, he might think about. He gonna stop and think about it a couple times.
Well, Trav, to keep it on the whole, Anakin and the twist that we see in this movie, explain what is going on. Why is Hathaway on this ship with everybody that is going to China right now?
What?
When they're at the start of the movie.
I don't know. Do you?
They're just all going to Hong Kong.
Yeah, he's this is a very political movie, right?
Yeah.
So it is so funny because you say you hate the people parts of Godzilla. This whole movie is the people parts of Gundam, bro.
Yeah, you gotta have it. You gotta have it, man.
This thing is a whole political movie and moving pieces. This is a setup movie.
Yeah.
For whatever.
I think that he was just going there to rendezvous with his crew, and then he ends up getting tied up,
sucked into the thing.
Yes, because of the people that were like, what were they calling themselves?
The Matif.
Yeah, Matthews something. But you know, with them hijacking it, he was forced to stay there longer than I think he wanted to. Is what happened. And then you know the police force, they're like, "Hey, we need you to stay here, answer questions." So he couldn't just leave. And then he gets tied up with Gigi. Oh, sweet Gigi.
Oh,
so
sweet
you know
Gigi.
what I'm saying? Oh, sweet Gigi. So, and my man Kenneth, he was just chill the whole movie.
Now, Dee had brought up Kenneth to me because Kenneth, the voice actor who voices him, also voices Laurent in The Great Pretender.
That's right.
That is a really good anime, and we do have that review for season 1 and season 2, or how some people say part 1 and part 2. It is on our channel,
Yes,
but
we do.
it's like his voice, it's just so calm and and suave, and it's like Dee was just
He got that swag.
Is that the same voice. I was just like, that's him.
Hey, I thought I was watching it. I had to check my wallet, Banks. I thought I was getting swindled.
Hey, what are they called again?
Confidence, man.
Confidence, man. Hey, like he was in space this time. But no, it was good, man. Like I love the whole setup of you know, how Hathaway, he was kind of he just wanted to redeem himself in a way.
Yeah,
because it's like he got thrust into the spotlight for something that he didn't do, and we've seen this in movies and TV shows before, where somebody just gets like all of these awards and praise.
Yeah, and, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the remake.
Yep.
Oh Lord.
And the thing is that Hathaway, he was just a kid. You know, he was scared. He didn't want to be up there in space in Char's counterattack, and like you know, this is a completely different person because again, 12 years has passed. And I just like when they're on the ship in the beginning of the movie, and then you have the people come up there, and the one guy who has on the pumpkin mask, he says that he's Matthew, he's the leader of them. And it's like, I want to say when I was watching this part, I was just like, okay, like something isn't as it seems. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we just see Hathaway in action. We see what he does. I mean, like his father was Boa Hathaway, who was the leader of the Federation. Well, not the leader, but he was like the captain general of the Earth Federation when they were going against Zeon. But Dee, I want to ask you, what were your thoughts on like the opening of the movie and like just moving forward as the movie went along?
I loved how the opening movie, you have Hathaway, who's basically undercover here, trying to get there and rendezvous with his own crew. And then you have Gigi, who seemingly knows. I don't know if she's supposed to be a new type, but she's kind of like, you know, showing those kind of traits.
I believe she is.
She is a new type.
Yeah. So, and it was like,
it's like, I think she knows who Hathaway is.
Yeah, I think so too. And it was just kind of cool how, you know, Kenneth is up there. He has no idea what's going, you know, he was kind of like oblivious. But you do see,
I mean, he's just doing his job, right?
Yeah, and And Gigi, she hit my man Kenneth. She hit him with the Sherlock Holmes. She was like, "I see you you've been wearing you got a mark from where you've been wearing your ring." So I thought it was cool, man, the way they got entangled and Hathaway was kind of forced to get
entanglement.
I like how you said entangled.
Yes, sir. And they were forced to kind of get to know one another, you know, and it's weird under the circumstances. But you do see that Kenneth, in that brief instance, he does have hand-to-hand combat skills. You do see him kind of help with the apprehension of these people who almost killed Hathaway. So, spoiler alert.
And what was he trying to name his Gundam? Oh, yeah, no. The whole thing went, he was going to name it Kenneth, but he thought that was
too arrogant.
Egotistical.
Now, Dee, doesn't that sound like something that Laurent would do?
Yes, it does.
It sounds like something Benjamin Banks would do, if you ask me.
Let's name it the Banks Mark 1.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like that story I told on Modern Warfare when I named the group Team. And the guy was just like, no, it stands for Team D Money. And I was just like, no, it stands for Tactical Evasive Army Marine. And that's just something I just made up. But it did stand for Team D Money.
Of course it did.
Of course.
Everybody thought that they were in this army group, and then no, it was Team D Money. I'm saying that here. It's been how long since I played?
He's admitting it now after 20 years.
We are, and me and Trav already knew.
Hey, it was Benjamin all along.
Oh, man. It was Jack's Jaguar, baby.
Oh, my God.
Jaguar.
Hey, make sure you check out our Godzilla review. Singular Point, it is here on Netflix. And no, it's not Netflix, it's YouTube. I'm sorry. And we be recommending so much stuff that's from Netflix.
We do. We got to, man. When you cover it all, you got to put it all out there.
I agree with you on that. But no, to keep it on the topic of the Gundams.
Yes.
I thought that the Gundam fight at the end of the movie, I thought it was sweet. It's kind of to piggyback off what Trav was saying. It's just like this entire movie was nothing but people parts, and then we finally get the Gundams at the end. But Trav, the reason why I think that this works better than Godzilla Singular Point is because it's like it built up to the fight between the Gundams, whereas in Godzilla Singular Point, we had to sit through 7 to 8 episodes before.
Well, it's also just more interesting, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's a movie and it's a movie and an anime, a TV show.
I think it's interesting, the debate, because I think that now that we're talking about it again a little bit, Godzilla would have went over Singular Point Part 1, probably would have made for better sense than to just call it Godzilla Singular Point, because there was no real climax to the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
It really didn't have a climax.
Yeah.
So that's neat. Or the series didn't, excuse me.
Yeah, it's like they activated something and everything froze. And I'm just like,
I love the Gundam fight at the end. And I also love that theme song.
Yeah. And the whole fight, and then how you had Lane Aim and how he had one of the Mafty members inside of his Gundam, and it was just like, hey, if you kill me, you killing your boy. And we're revealed at this point in the movie that Mafty Nova Aaron is Hathaway Noah, and like it's like I kind of felt that this was going to happen like at the beginning of the movie, where I was just like, something is amiss here. And even with Gigi, because it's like she's a new type and she can read his mind, so she already knows what's going on. She can also read Kenneth's mind too, but it's like she's playing everybody. It's kind of like a game of chess with her,
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's interesting you brought up how she was reading their minds, and she's basically kind of playing the board because Kenneth, it's funny because he always calls her Lady Luck. He doesn't even know about her intuition, so that's interesting.
And we see that Kenneth, he is an older man that likes younger women. And
that guy.
Kenneth ain't that old, bro.
But hold on, Rondale. She's a younger woman who likes older men, because remember, Kenneth, he says the guy that you're talking to, like, he's in his 80s or 90s, and she's like, yes, we've had an intimate relationship, so she likes older men.
Now, she don't like no men, is what it is.
I know she likes your boy Noah Hathaway.
No, what she does, these guys are all pawns, bro.
She's using them.
She using them.
It's the Gigi is maybe because I just found this out too, because I never watched Gundam Unicorn, but spoiler alert, Full Frontal is kind of like the reincarnation of Char, so maybe Gigi could be the reincarnation of Quest. And who knows? You know what I'm saying?
All I know is Char was a bad man.
Yes, all I know, man. And
the Red Comet.
That's one of the things that they're saying in this movie, is that Mafty Aaron could be, it's the ghost of Char, and I like how they put that in there, because in Gundam Unicorn, pretty much Full Throttle, what is it, Full Throttle or Full Frontal? I believe it's Full Frontal. I'm sorry. He is the ghost of Char. Like, he's reincarnated. This is like the evil that was left of Char after the events of Char's counterattack. But just overall, really good movie. I like how it ended. I'm hoping that we get a sequel. Trav, I know that you were saying that it's a possibility that the third movie is going to be a different story and it won't be a sequel to this.
Oh, not. it's not a different story. It's just the way that the timeline works.
So again, you think it's going to be like a time jump for it, Trav?
I don't know. This was an 8-year time jump from NT to this. And again, at the end of NT, I checked to see if there was after credits after this, and there wasn't. Yeah, but at the after credits I think it was the after credits, they showed Char in the after credits for NT. I don't know if it's some sort of, it's not actually physically Char, obviously, because I mean,
are you talking about when he was with Amuro and Lala?
Yeah, yep, that's it.
Yeah,
on the beach.
I've read up on that because I just wanted to see like the timelines and everything. Mm-hmm. And all that was Char was finally, coming to peace. That he
okay, did. Right.
Yeah, that's all that was. So Char, Amuro, like they're dead. They're gone.
They're dead. Yeah, they're gone. And that's why people really didn't care for NT too much. It was a new cast of characters. They introduced the new types into it, where like you get the whole backstory on how they're made. Mm-hmm. People didn't like John Baston, the main character in that one. But I'm gonna be honest, I think I like NT a little bit more than this.
I'm always usually down for Gundam, except for that weird one that was on Toonami SD or whatever. They could take that.
Come on, bro.
Yeah,
I like SD.
It was
I like SD. It's not a mobile suit.
Nah, but you know what I mean? It's just like, it was fresh to see Gundam again. I love Gundam Wing. Gundam in general, excuse me.
I think the issue with SD Gundam was that we went from Gundam Wing to G Gundam to Mobile Suit Gundam, and then they gave us SD Gundam. And it's just like, it's like I'd rather continue seeing.
I'd rather watch Hamtaro.
Yeah, all day. Exactly. And I feel like, because I mean, guys, like you can say that there had become a shift in what they were showing on Toonami at the time, because at first, like, it was just straight action, but you could see it's like they kind of wanted to start putting stuff up there that would kind of
branching out.
Right.
Bringing girls to watch, because when I saw the Hamtaro was up there, I was just like, "What is this?" But my little cousin, she loved Hamtaro.
Yeah, right.
Like, nobody wants to
Hamtaro.
Watch this. Like, where's my Ronin Warrior? Like, nobody knows what Ronin Warriors is, but everybody knows what Hamtaro.
I wonder why.
But Trav, final thoughts on the movie, and what do you give it as your final rating?
Man, this movie, like, animation wise, was gorgeous. I really wish I could have seen this in theaters.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good point.
I think that's my problem with Netflix, is they invest in these things but don't give us the full, like, this is Netflix's first venture into Gundam, as far as saying this is their first brand new Gundam thing they're showing you, and they gave nobody no backstory of anything. So it's like, if I don't know anything and I see that Netflix has a new movie coming out and I choose to watch this, I feel like I would be confused. You know what I mean? Because there's so much going on. You're supposed to know who Hathaway is.
Yeah.
You're supposed to know who his dad is.
Yeah.
They don't give you nothing. So Netflix just does a port. They're not supposed to, like, animation wise, because that's not part of their deal. Netflix needs to do a better job at bringing people into certain universes, dude.
I agree.
Giving them some backstory, because all they did was throw up 4 Gundam movies in Unicorn and say, here you go. And like, it's like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
For these people.
It's like they want you to, like, if you're a fan of the series, like, you already know what's going on. But I will say, for me, who is a fan of the Gundam series, like, at first when I was watching this, it's like I didn't know, and then it's just like, don't you know, like, how sometimes you'll see something and it's just like you haven't seen it in a long time, and like all of those memories start coming back to you.
Yeah.
Like, that's what happened when I started watching this movie. Yeah, exactly. Like, and I was just like, oh, okay, like this is a sequel to, Char's Counterattack. Then I did my research after I do with every movie, and I was just like, oh, okay, like now everything makes sense. Because at first, like,
but there's also these events that happen in between this and Char's Counterattack. Like, you didn't know what NT was, and it's not that it's not really important, quote unquote, but it still gives you more backstory on the new types.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
it's just go ahead, Trav.
Oh, I was gonna say, and in NT, we got Unicorn, which I think Unicorn is going to come back in the third movie because in NT, Unicorn comes out, John Baston takes control of Unicorn, saves the day, and they tuck Unicorn away. He's no longer missing.
Yeah.
So I really feel like in his third
Unicorn's
movie,
really good
we're gonna get like Unicorn's gonna come back, and I'm ready for it, bro.
So what do you give the final rating for this film?
Dude, probably I'm gonna say a 9 out of 10. But I could understand if somebody again watched this randomly because Netflix was like new Gundam movie, and they were like, let me check out this Gundam stuff.
Yeah.
And they were like, it looked good, but I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't like it because they don't know what the hell was going on, dude. They got like smack dab in the middle.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
For Gundam fans, I really feel like this is like a strong 9, 10 out of 10 for a lot of the Gundam fans, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to see because I don't even think Char's Counterattack is on Netflix.
Well, I just want to say,
it is.
It is. Yep. It's up there. I've been watching. I told you I've been watching them all week, bro.
They put the first 3 SMG movies up there.
And
Char's Counterattack and Unicorn.
Unicorn was up there though, wasn't it?
Unicorn, I think, was already up there because they have put random Gundam stuff up there, right?
Have,
and Gundam's
Blood
a series
Orphan.
where you got to know your timeline.
Iron Blood Orphans up there.
Like Castlevania.
Well, Iron Blood again. It's like it's in the timeline, but it's an alternate universe within the timeline.
Same thing. Gundam Wing.
Same thing with the new Gundam battle that they're doing, where they like control the Gundams, like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh type things. Like that's in this universe, but a different world where it's like they watch these shows on TV and then people made them in real life.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it gets real weird, and you have to know specifically what you're watching.
No, I 100% agree with you. D, your final thoughts on the movie, and what is your final rating for it?
I definitely think it's worth going through if you like giant robots, and you just by some chance you never watched Gundam, any of it, Gundam Wing, Gundam G Gundam, any of it. Just go ahead and get your feet wet. I would start from the beginning with Amuro and Char. It's a great rivalry, great story, epic. I mean, he just can't start. Char's like always one step ahead of him. Amuro's good. But
hey, and they still ain't put out a movie better than Char's Counterattack, bro. That movie came out in 1988.
You get the movie to ever come out, man.
You get you get a lot of unique mobile armors in those movies and things like that. Just get your feet wet, and this is another great one. I give it a 9. I'm gonna ride with Trav on this. 9 out of 10. I was hyped, bro. When they did the little intro and then they gave me the anime music, bro, I was there. I was like, yeah, I'm back. I was like, I was in there. Banks.
For me, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. And the reason why I give this movie a 10 is because I love Gundam. It's just always awesome when you have this series that pretty much wasn't even supposed to survive because it was just like Star Trek back in the day where, the first Mobile Suit Gundam, it was so bad that they pretty much just canceled it. But because of the popularity that had gotten over time, they revived the series. And your boy Char, he's been riding strong for a very long time. I mean, like
yes, sir.
And every Gundam thing that has come out, like how Trav was just saying about like the different universes, there's always a Char in that universe. Like in
Red Comet, baby.
Look at it, Red Comet right there.
The Red Comet, do it.
Like in Gundam Wing, like because that's my favorite Gundam Wing, not Gundam Wing series, but that's my favorite Gundam series. And you have Zex Marquis, and he's pretty much Char. What I'm saying? He's
a close. It's funny because his suits are always known for being fast too. The Tall Geese, Tall Geese 2, and then the Epion. Yeah.
I mean, in a way, like heroes like Amuro. I mean,
except a little heroes on the edge, bro.
Oh, for sure. But I'm just saying, it's just like the draw the comparisons where it's just like they're different universes, but they're all in the same little bubble. If that makes any sense. But I give this movie a 10 out of 10. I watched it the first time, and I would get the first, like, if I didn't watch it twice, it would have been a 9 out of 10 like you guys. But after I watched it the second time, after like everything came back to me and like I had did my research and everything, and I could appreciate watching it more the second time, I give it a 10. So like these guys said, highly recommended. Check it out. And if you do check it out, because that's the thing too, like sometimes people, they'll walk into something and watch it, and like they don't know anything about what's going on. Let's take like the My Hero Academia movies, for example. Like I've had two friends that and these are two different friends. One of them went to go see Two Heroes with me, and then the other one went to go see Heroes Rising with me. They had never watched My Hero Academia, so like this was like their first go around seeing these characters, and like they was just like, yo, this anime is sweet, I'm gonna start watching it now. You can watch this movie and be like, yo, this movie's sweet, I want to learn more about Gundam, the Mobile Suit Gundam story, and do it. So I highly recommend it. Get out there and watch it. D, go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
No, I just want to ask you guys one final wrap-up question. What would be your favorite Gundam series to date right now? Whether it's a movie or a show.
Can I take the first one?
Yeah, go.
It's definitely Mobile Suit, dude, because the original Mobile Suit stuff does suck. Like that original 1970s or the 80s
it's just old
series.
Yeah.
It doesn't age well. Obviously it wasn't even good when it came out.
Oh, for sure.
And those three movies are kind of meh. You know what I mean? The Gundams look a whole lot like Transformers, even though I really believe that was out before Transformers.
It was.
I relate it to looking like Transformers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But dude, pretty much once again, you get the Char's counterattack, and then you get and Banks, you really need to watch Unicorn because it's seven movies all make up this one story. 3 years after Char's counterattack, and it really gives perspective going into Hathaway.
Unicorn's really good.
So really good.
How long is each movie? 30
it's full movie. It's just an hour and a half.
Okay.
But there's 7 of them.
Okay.
Thanks.
And this was like over the span of like 5 years that these movies were coming out, dude.
See, I always thought Unicorn was just a
standalone
series. Yeah, I didn't know that. I
Exactly.
know the movies came out,
That's
but
why
I
you
didn't
just
know
gotta-
that. That there was 7 in total. But it is something that's on my list that I always want to check out.
Nice.
For me, like I said a few minutes ago, it's Gundam Wing.
Okay.
That was the first one that I watched when it was on Toonami.
Same here.
Just the characters that were up there. I mean, like I've seen so many other Gundam stories, like with 8th MS team.
Oh yeah, that's my pick right there.
There's one Gundam OVA. I can't remember the name of it, but it's about a soldier, and I believe like he's undercover or something. But he's a Zeong.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
That's fire.
Yeah, I watched it when I was younger.
Yes, that's fire.
He's undercover.
What is that one, Trav?
Dude, I don't know.
His brother finds out that he's he's a soldier, and it's crazy. But
again, dude, there's literally like 50.
Yeah, there's a lot.
OVAs, you know what I mean? I don't know what it's called.
But, I was hoping. My favorite will probably be, I'm going to go off the record, Gundam Wing and the original Gundam. Those are kind of like treasures, but I'm going to go with MS-18. Just because I love the storytelling, how it's like it follows a unit in the military. They even got the cameraman and stuff. So he's a radio guy. I think that's what he is. And he even gets drawn in and almost died. It's a really good story. So I love the end of it. Yeah.
And I like a lot of the random Gundam offshoots.
Yeah, dude.
Where it's like they're part of a universe, but nothing goes past that little story. It's kind of like how we're getting these random Star Wars movies, and that's it. It's like that. That's why I love Iron Blooded Orphans, dude. Like it's 13 episodes, and it's just a really good quick watch for some Gundam stuff, dude. And it's really good. It's
hard to go wrong with Gundam titles. It kind of is.
Yeah.
It really brings a delight now that we had this conversation. Banks.
I'm looking up to see what this movie was because I can't remember what it was called, but it's
not in UC though. It's not in the UC timeline.
It's like its own thing.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I've seen it. Is
it Twilight Access?
Dude. Honestly, I would have to like start watching it to be like, that's it.
Yeah, because I just got Gundam pulled up and I'm trying to see like everything. I mean, like I'm looking at the timelines and all that stuff, but it's just
what I mean. There's so much stuff in Gundam.
It's so many movies. But anyway, with that being said, thank you for watching our review. Let us know what you thought about the movie. Let us know in the comments. Make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. D, let them know where they can find you at in social media land.
It's going to be rebellious _D23 at Instagram. Trav.
That's right. And you can also find your boy on the Instagram at ZK Audio. And you can follow me on the Twitter at TRAVIOSZK. Your boy almost had a brain fart for a second.
You pulled it off. Handle. You pulled the combo off.
That's right. And of course, bro, we gonna need some help. Where we gonna find it at, good sir?
You can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you again for watching this review. Make sure that you stay tuned for some more that we have here on the channel, and interviews as well, and reaction videos. And with that being said, keep that pinky up, stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace. Thank you for watching a brand new episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure that you hit that like button and you subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content on our channel. Make sure you check out our podcast where we release new episodes every Tuesday, and the video of that episode is uploaded on Friday. And you can find new episodes of our podcast on all podcast platforms. Make sure you follow all the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks social media accounts at Leveling Up Banks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, we have a Patreon. If you're feeling generous and would love to donate to us, it's at Leveling Up Banks. And huge shout out to our patrons. We really appreciate you and thank you for the support. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.